Hey everybody, welcome back to Star Trek Kvasir. We are with an amazing crew here who is on a 5-year mission to explore the Gamma Quadrant and discover strange new things. In our last episode, somebody got field promoted. Lieutenant
Yay!
Commander Galen Jax was field promoted to XO. He spent most of the episode heading around the different departments and trying to offer his best advice and trying to collect reports on all of the goings-ons that has been happening on the ship that he was not privy to beforehand, to which he found many troubling and startling results. Lieutenant Junior Grade Amathi was hard at work searching for a new home for a certain changeling who currently resides in the brig. Commander Davin is trying to come to terms with her new state of being, enjoying the newfound rest, but not enjoying the fact that she can no longer get inebriated. But she's been picking up a lot of good tips for how to reintegrate from one Dr. K4, who has been holding down Medbay with fierce prowess and also collecting little doodads to use in the future, weaponry purposes. Things are going well in that department. Speaking of weaponry department, Lieutenant Sulak has been doing a lot of work trying to figure out how to further secure certain items that do not exist on the ship at all. Meanwhile, the captain has been doing her best just to keep the fires as small as possible. And so we welcome you to our show. And with that brief rundown of things that has been going on, we're going to pick it up with the bridge. We have Commander Jax sitting in the captain's chair, just poring over some reports and doing what he does best. Manning the science station is Lieutenant Junior Grade Amathi, who's basically just watching the screen. It's got like the little buffering as it's searching for the parameters that he set forth, which were very, very detailed. And we'll say that Lieutenant Sulak, you are also on the bridge at the security station, taking care of the hidey bits all across the ship. The captain, I'm gonna ask, were you hanging out in your quarters? Were you in medical, or were you in your ready room this whole time?
This whole time. How long is the whole
That
time?
chaos has been ensuing.
What are we calling our 10 forward? Where
This is on this ship. It is the 10 aft.
the boot? Okay. So she's in the boot the whole time.
All right, hanging out in the trunk.
And to be fair, she does have a data pad in front of her at the very least.
Right. Well, it is such a good thing that you're down there, because I believe that is where we also left Commander Davin and the good doctor, who were discussing Borgness, humanity. Hot cocoa, I believe, was involved.
Probably. I'm currently admiring the green glow that G'day has in the back of her head that is just selling the Borg image.
It really is. All right. In that case, we are on the bridge. We have Lieutenant Sulak, Lieutenant Junior Grade Amathi, and Lieutenant Commander Jax. You all are sitting on the bridge. Everything is copacetic at the moment. The stars are flying by peacefully as you are heading to. I forget the. Oh well, the system doesn't actually have a name, but it was the first system detected by Amathi. So I will leave it to you three.
So Amafi is still currently scanning through the database of planets that we currently have on file, looking for a planet that would essentially be safe for a changeling to be dropped off on, that is uninhabited and a place that they can survive until they are detected by their fellow founders and picked up. But because he wrote an algorithm for that and is doing all the scans for him, Amafi is currently got another screen pulled up, and he is in the midst of doing a holodeck programming as he is writing a very elaborate program for a little project that he is currently working on that the other senior officers have put him up to.
The secret stuff. All right, I like it. Lieutenant Sulak, what are you up to?
There are some lockout codes that need to be changed, and a few various items that need to be shuffled about.
Okay. And as you are doing that, Lieutenant Commander Jax, what are you doing?
Since Captain's off the bridge, I suppose I'm sitting at the chair and reading reports from the various departments on the readings we're getting off long-range sensors and sort of planning various options for away teams and such when we get closer.
All right. Okay, so while the three of you are working very hard and diligently, Lieutenant Sulak, you get a message come across your console that down in one of the very, very lower decks of the ship, I forget exactly how many decks this ship does have. Perhaps Commander Davin can chime in with that if you remember. But anyway, we're talking like bottom of the barrel. You are getting some readings that some tactical relays are malfunctioning.
All right. Well, sounds like it's time to scamper on down there and start doing my thing.
Okay. You proceed to head on down. Okay. So we are going to briefly cut over to 10 aft, where the doctor and Commander Davin, you two are still you're still in 10 aft, hanging out, having a good time, discussing your things, and more importantly, discussing this party that is being planned for Commander Jax.
I do not believe he will go.
Oh, if we tell the captain, he'll go.
He won't
Captain,
be
your
able to
ears
find
are
something
ringing.
else to do.
When in doubt, he is a man who will obey orders.
That is useful knowledge.
It is. He's by the book. And if you know the book, you can use the book against it.
Hey, skip. 2 more.
2 more coming up, Captain.
Oh. We may have an opportunity to leverage the book.
Let's go join her.
Ma'am,
How long have you been standing there?
Sitting.
approximately 7 seconds. We were over there.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Skip.
Yes, Captain.
I said 2.
They coming, Captain.
Can we
He
join
scampers
you for
over with 2 more drinks.
Oh, yeah, if you're thirsty.
Actually, we wanted to see if you would be interested in helping us with something.
What's broken?
No. Actually, this is a fun thing.
Oh, broken
See-
things are fun. Look at this ship.
I mean, that's true. That's true. There's nothing better that I like than to take something apart and put it back together again and then figure out why I have parts left over. That's always a fun game. But fortunately for us, we're not there quite yet. Yet.
But you propose fun. What's the fun?
So some of us were thinking that, we've kind of been through some shit as a crew lately. And the one semi-positive
Have
thing
we?
that has happened.
Well, yes, but I mean, I guess I feel like you've all kind of individually been going through some shit.
Yeah.
But we've really just gotten started here, though the vent people were definitely something.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I was thinking, since promotions are usually good things, and even though it was a field promotion to fill a needed position, that we should have a small little party for Commander Jax. But we're not sure if he'll come to his own party, so...
Does he know about it?
Oh, he will. He'll be told, but he'll probably try and make an excuse and do reports and...
Does he
things
have
like
to know
that.
about it?
Oh, Captain, you are devious.
The lieutenant junior grade has done a good portion of the planning. I'm sure he has heard.
Well, small ship can't keep secrets. Well, as long as it's not going to disrupt
No.
duty shifts, anything like that, and so forth, you have my permission to throw a party. You don't have to make it a surprise. Is that all you needed?
The trick is also considering that the commander outranks us by virtue of his new position. That unless ordered to attend by someone who outranks him, it is likely he will not do so.
I see. You want me to tell him he has to go to his own party?
Yes. He did recently order at least one member of the senior staff to take 48 hours offline with no argument. It seems a poor illustration if he should decline this esprit de corps building opportunity.
Computer, where is Commander Galen Jax?
Commander Jax is on the bridge.
Captain to the bridge.
Hello, Captain. Bridge here.
Commander Jack, after the duty shift for you is over, would you accompany me? Would you accompany me to an event being held this evening?
Sure. We'll be glad to, Captain.
Excellent. I will be there with bells on. Captain out.
Captain out.
Skip,
Hey, Captain.
where are my drinks?
I gave them to you 5 minutes ago.
Is she going to look down and there's going to be 2 drinks in front of her?
Yeah.
You could have said something. And she's looking at both of Royce and K4. Like,
Would you like us to leave you alone with those, Captain?
oh no. And she'll pick them up and hand one to each of them. Like, I got them for you, even though she ordered them before y'all came over.
It's like tape them in my hand.
Urshan kind of mournfully looks at the glass, but then just sighs and then just downs the whole thing
Hey,
because she
just
knows it
because
won't
she can't
matter.
she might not feel tipsiness, but it still tastes good.
Yeah, there's like a moment of like, ooh, that feels good, and then that's like it's gone. That's it.
Just
Done.
let it be similar to whatever that stuff was that they drank that turned them into cartoons. Not that it does anything.
Oh man.
The Orion Hurricane.
Yes.
Oh god. I
It's a
understand that
Bajoran
reference now.
knockoff.
Did somebody say Orion Hurricane?
No, Skip. No, Skip. We don't. That's top shelf.
Hi, Captain. Maybe next time.
I feel like you guys are sitting there going, there is no one on our duty stuff that's named Skip. I was like, well, they are now.
No one's going to correct the captain.
No.
Like, he's writing in his pad back home like, well, my name's Skip now.
No one will call me by my real name because they don't want to disagree with the captain. Years
Sorry,
later,
Mom.
she like gives a toast at his wedding. You know, the first time I met Skip.
Everyone's like, that's not his name.
Who is she?
Like, I thought his name was Jonathan.
Are my eyes too close together?
Lieutenant Sulak, after crawling through some Jeffries tubes and down some ladders and through a couple of small causeways and whatnot, you finally make your way down to where the erroneous misfires, I guess we'll call them, are coming from. And as you're crawling in this Jeffries tube, the lights are kind of flickering a little bit. I mean, not like menacingly, just annoyingly. And you make your way over to the panel, open it up, and sure enough, you can see there's 2 or 3 relays in there that are just burnt to crispy critters.
Good thing I grabbed some spare relays before I head down here, so I can just go ahead and change those out.
All right, give me a little bit of control and security.
Okay. Nice. So that's 2 1s.
Wow. So, all right. I'm going to go ahead and make a notation that you have built up 3 momentum for the group. All right. You start pulling the relays out. You're getting everything set. You're putting in new ones, and the light briefly flickers for a second, and then sitting or laying, I guess, right on the other side of this panel that pulled out, because you're down like on your stomach working on this thing, in the exact same prone position as you are. Suddenly there is a curly haired man wearing a ops, no, not ops, engineering uniform.
Curly haired, like brown curly haired.
Like a reddish. And he says, "Whoa, that's not how you fix that. Not at all."
I am worried I am hallucinating.
Oh no. What are you saying that aloud?
No.
Okay,
No.
okay. He reaches up and grabs a whole different relay and like flips it around and plugs it back in. And when he does so, Amathi, your console completely turns off. Oh, no, that's not right either. He rips it back out and chucks it over his shoulder.
What are you doing?
Yeah,
I'm helping.
Commander
No, you
Galen
most
will
certainly
keep-
are not.
But it's what I was
Grabs the
programmed to
relay
do.
Oh, you're the...
I love that we can.
You're the auxiliary
can hear
officer
Commander
program,
Davin
aren't
laughing.
you?
Center. Sorry, what was that?
You're the auxiliary officer program, aren't you?
Hi, my name's Chaos.
That is fantastic. That's wonderful. Computer, shut down Chaos program.
Oh, hold on.
Unable to comply.
Well, that's not concerning.
Would you like me to teach you a lesson?
Bridge to engineering.
No.
We're having consoles go down on the bridge. Can we get somebody to run that down, please?
Amathi's like gripping his console, like the where the keys are at on his console that are currently down, because like he was right in the middle of programming and scanning, and he is so hoping that his process has not been interrupted and that he has lost a bunch of data, because he will be so mad. So like he's not like using his full cation strength on the console, but it's close. You can hear like the straining of the console underneath the cation right now.
Roshan will acknowledge the statement and go, "Does that mean I can quit socializing for a bit, Commander?"
I'm pretty sure you have a fairly effective crew of people that work for you. Do you have doubts as to their capabilities?
No, but I can temporarily interrupt that to go make sure they do their jobs.
Well, I'm sure if it becomes an emergency, they can call for help and we will relieve your much needed rest. Enjoy yourself, Commander.
Lieutenant Sulak to the bridge.
It does not go through.
Lieutenant Sulak to engineering.
Again, nothing. Well, I can fix that. Hold on. He kind of
No.
closes his
No,
eyes
no.
for a second,
It's fine.
and two doors like shut off the Jeffries tube. Oh no! Wait, no, that's not it. Maybe.
Stop
hold on. I think it's this one.
helping. I beg of you, just stop helping for a moment, and let me.
I can do it.
Let me just. Sure, watch me. I will fix the relays first, and then we'll figure out the door situation so I can leave.
Just hold on. One. Yep. That's the problem right there. I got it. Hold on. Ice begins shooting out of the replicator in 10 aft. Just completely. It's like the ice machine trigger got broke, and it's just a pile of ice on the floor right now. Skip is just staring at it like,
What did you do?
I don't even use this thing.
It's okay, Captain. I'll take a look at it. I mean, you can't rest if you don't.
You're supposed to be not working.
Technically,
Apparently neither
I
is the captain
was
right now.
ordered to take the sabbatical.
You're all supposed to not be working. Except for you, Skip.
Commander Jax, can
you go to engineering and see what's going on?
Yes, sir. And then immediately, Lieutenant Junior Grade Amafi goes over to the turbo lift and he's like, "Deck," basically calls for the engineering deck at that point.
Okay. All right. Turbo lift takes off. After a few seconds, it opens up, and you are on the same deck. You are on deck 10.
Okay.
Staring at 10 aft.
Wait, what?
And the sound of ice just like shotgunning out.
Computer? I thought I said engineering.
The door closes and turbo lift reactivates.
Okay. He's a little... Yeah, he's kind of like... He's a little concerned as he's just like... Meow?
Yeah. The turbo lift just keeps going.
Amafi starts to panic a little bit.
The rest
and
of
he starts like pacing around. He's like, "Computer, stop!"
11.
Hold on. Let's see. The turbo lift continues to go.
Amafi starts to panic a little bit, and then he's gonna go. He's like, "No, I learned this. This is part of my training. Calm." He's gonna go over to the panel for the turbo lift, pop it open, and basically engage the manual stop.
Okay. With ease, you engage the manual stop, and it slows down. The door opens up, and you can see that you are directly halfway between decks 1 and 2.
He will hit his comm badge. Lieutenant Amafi to transporter room.
There is no response.
Computer, last known location of technical errors.
Ship-wide technical errors are being experienced.
Where did the first one begin?
Jeffries Tube 7 Alpha.
That's like at the bottom of the ship, right?
Yeah, let's go with that.
All right. So there is a deep breath from Amafi. Computer, Pop the emergency hatch, please.
It opens.
Amathi will leap up through the thing, up on top of the turbo lift, and then ding, 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 basically use the ladder, and
Yep.
he's going to climb all the way down.
On his way down. Okay. While that is happening, Chaos kind of like puts his feet up like behind him and puts his hand down on his chin and his hands like this, and he's just looking at Lieutenant Sulak, and he's like, I guess we're stuck here. Any ideas?
No, it's several. But first, you like being helpful, don't you, Chaos?
Well, that's what I was designed to do, yeah.
So I am going to need you to be the most helpful you can be in this situation.
Anything for you, Lieutenant.
Thank you, Chaos. Let me handle the physical stuff.
Sure.
And if I run into any complications, I will ask you for advice. Does that sound fair?
Supervisory role. Yeah, I can get behind that.
Excellent. In the world?
Captain, all the lights turn off in
My
10
headset
after.
out of nowhere. Anyway.
The ice continues going. Like just straight up energy being wasted making ice.
She would get up and scoop up some ice with her last cup and just start like taking pieces and chewing on it as she heads to the turbo lift.
Cool.
So loud.
You get into the turbo lift.
Does she get into the turbo lift?
Uh-huh.
There's not only one. That would be silly.
Seems like a design flaw. But yeah, like everything normal day other than the mishaps in 10 aft.
Bridge.
The turbo lift takes off towards the bridge. Pew. After a few moments, it comes to a stop, opens up, and you are on the bridge.
Oh man, that's crazy. I did not see that coming.
I think
I
it's
did.
called chaos.
we have not reached insanity. She would just like walk onto the bridge and be like,
Captain
status
on the
report.
Hi, Captain. There's some consoles that have been going down. I sent Lieutenant Amathi to go check with engineering. They haven't gotten back to us, which is a little concerning. If you're here and willing to watch, I'll go and see if I can speed things along.
I'm sure I could handle that.
I'm sure you can, Captain.
The ship drops out of warp.
Yeah, that's not good.
Which consoles have gone down?
Science.
Yeah, science is completely shut down, and a couple others are just kind of flickering.
Commander Galen to Lieutenant Amathi.
No response.
I tap the communicator and do it through that.
It chirps.
Commander Amathi? or Lieutenant Amathi?
Nothing goes through.
Computer.
I mean, Jax does not know that, but Amathi is not getting the message.
Computer, run diagnostic of the communications, internal communications.
Internal communications are 100% operable.
Computer, what is the last known location of Lieutenant Junior Grade Amathi?
Lieutenant Amathi is in the turbo lift.
She's
Or
gonna like look
rather,
behind
is
her real
in the
fast.
turbo lift tube.
Oh, I'm gonna guess he found a problem.
Yeah. Well, don't we have an
Amathi.
experimental repair program? Let's see if it does anything.
Amathi, you are way down that ladder at this point. When your lovely Haitian ears, with their heightened perception, you hear the familiar sound of a turbo lift being reactivated and heading your way.
How far am I from my destination?
You are still about 10 decks away.
I have an idea. I want to know whether or not if this will work or not. Amathi wants to let go of the ladder, drop down, and then basically have the computer turn off the artificial gravity for the particular deck that he needs to land on so that he does not go splat. Now, there's still inertia that he has to worry about. However, it will slow his descent, hopefully enough, through the artificial gravity, or through the for the loss of the artificial gravity, that he can actually grab onto the reins and not basically yank his arms out of socket.
That's fair. Let's do daring and security.
Okay.
And while you were rolling that, Lieutenant Sulak, very briefly, he said, Chaos says, "Oh, hold that thought. I'll be right back." Chaos appears on the bridge.
Oh, is this the experimental program? The computer holographic
Computer holographic auxiliary officer system.
as
yeah.
I said?
Yeah.
Aye, Captain. I'm Chaos, at your service.
Excellent. Do you know the source of the issues we are having on our ship?
Indeed, Lieutenant Sulak is doing some work down in Jeffrey's Tube 7 Alpha.
Oh, and his work is disrupting several of our systems.
He's doing his best. I was supervising until you called me up here.
Oh, interesting. You can supervise senior officers? And she's looking at Jax like, you should know this.
Unless he's installing yet another weapon system, I'm not exactly sure what he's doing down there.
It's a strange place to be doing anything.
Yeah. You
Computer
want me to go check?
to Lieutenant Sulak.
Nothing. I can fix that, Captain.
Oh, you know what's wrong with our communications internally?
I do, yeah. I can fix that in jiffy.
Excellent. Go right ahead. This should be interesting. I haven't actually turned him on.
Oh no, I'm an emergency program. When things go a little out of whack, I get activated.
Oh, what happened that was so bad that you were activated?
Well, He'll figure it out pretty quick, but there's some blown relays that started a bit of a fire.
There's a fire on my ship.
I mean, it's a little one.
They get bigger.
Really? How
Yeah.
big?
If not stopped, they just keep growing until they run out of oxygen, usually.
Oh, I can fix that.
Communications first. What am I saying? Fire first.
Okay, fire first. You got it. He closes his eyes for a moment. Sulak, you suddenly hear the air rushing out of the Jeffries tube.
Yay!
All right, Captain. I've taken all the air out of Jeffries 7 Alpha. The fire should be out very soon.
Wait, where did you say Lieutenant Sulak is located?
Jeffries Tube 7 Alpha, ma'am.
No. Put the air back. put the air back in.
But what about the fire, Captain?
It'll kill people to not have air. You gotta kill fires where there aren't people.
You need oxygen to live?
Yeah. Most of the beings dwelling upon this ship. Yeah.
I hate it here.
Okay. He closes his eyes for a moment, and Sulak, you can suddenly breathe again.
By the way, on my roll, I rolled a 3 and a 5, and my difficulty to get under was 11.
Perfect. You are able to flawlessly execute your plan. You do land on the ground, but through the lessened gravity. I mean,
Yeah.
And the fact that you're a cat, it was just like,
Yeah. Relying on my cat-like reflexes and my ability to land on my feet. I mean, it's still probably going to be hurting and jarring, but basically, like, Amathi's just like, he's going to go over to the Jeffries tube entrance, and he's going to manually release it so he can go inside.
all right.
Captain?
You are able to do so and enter the Jeffries tube.
Yes, Commander Jackson.
I think we might want to put the experimental system to sleep when we take care of things the old-fashioned way by sending people to fix things.
That would be a fantastic idea, Commander Jax, except while the emergency exists, so do I.
You know what? How about you go and empty the holodeck canisters manually, and then when you're done with that, we'll give you a new task.
I can do that, Captain. Oh, hold on. He closes his eyes for a moment and he says, 1 second, and I'll have your communications back in jiffy. All of the photon torpedoes in the tubes are suddenly armed. Oh, no, that wasn't right either.
You know what? Stop.
No.
Stop.
No.
Do nothing.
It's a learning process for everybody, I feel like.
Yes, do nothing. Meditate on doing nothing. Chirp, chirp. Commander
It still does-
Rosen, Commander
It
David,
still doesn't work.
nobody. If anybody on this ship can hear me, this is the captain,
I hear you.
Lieutenant Sulak. Thank you. So helpful. Lieutenant Sulak needs help.
Anybody?
Chaos.
Yes, sir.
Can you take yourself offline and go into diagnostic mode?
I'm perfectly healthy, I'll have you know.
Chaos. Take yourself offline and go into diagnostic mode. That is an order.
I would really love to follow that order, but as long as the emergency exists, so do I.
question.
did not make this one.
I would like to state for the record that I would like to have this particular system returned to the factory. It-
Somebody give me a paper clip. I'm factory resetting this bitch.
Somehow this is Kulak's fault. All right. I will go down to the Jeffries tube and find out what's going on. Try and fix this.
Perfect. Now, there's two people that we haven't been able to really interact with yet. So, Doctor and Commander Davin, what are the two of you doing while all this frickin' chaos is happening?
So Davin's sitting there with basically a glass of ice and looking at the dock and going, you think that they would actually like me to maybe fix something on the ship? I think perhaps if I just continue to sit here and obey orders that I will be found in not obeying orders somehow. What do you think?
If I broke it, it would stop producing ice. And then we could just fix both problems at the same time.
Actually, I was thinking about we go on a little adventure, and we find the nearest diagnostic console where I can see how the rest of the ship is doing to see if this is the only thing going on.
Helping you and going on an adventure are not part of my assigned duties. Do you think I still count as being on recreation?
I consider this recreation. Let's go.
All right, the two of you head out of 10 aft, proceed down the hallway to the nearest diagnostic console. Commander Davin, you begin punching in codes and seeing what's up, and pretty much like, you know how the ship silhouette, you can like see it on some of the consoles like in the shows. That's what's up there, and there's just red all over the ship. Just
It's like a Verizon coverage map up
Yeah.
there. Yeah, like he can hear you now.
She lets out several vile curses in Klingon, which you haven't heard her speak yet, but she actually speaks Klingon, funnily enough.
Those phrases aren't particularly polite.
Correct. This map is not polite because this is my ship and my ship is broken, and I'm going to do bad things to whoever broke my ship. But we're going to fix it. And to do that, we're going to need
From
to get down
behind
to
you.
engineering.
You hear, did somebody say fix it? I can help with that. You turn around to
Oh.
see what can only be described as the Aldi's brand O'Brien.
Oh no.
Aldi brand is pretty great. I don't see how we're being all that shady here. I mean, he's not telling you were just handed McDonald's. I mean, it's
Aldi's brand is great if you like Four Musketeers and Skittles. I mean,
Who ordered a Commander O'Brien off of Temu?
yeah.
Wish.com, O'Brien.
Yes,
Hey,
he's a Wish.com.
like just like
O'Brien.
Aldi's isn't that bad. Tamu is better than Wish. I have things I'm still waiting for from Wish.
Oh my gosh.
It's been a decade.
So Ursula will turn around and she sees Chaos and goes, "Oh, you're that new experimental fix-it program that they saddled us with. I was wondering when we'd get to experience you."
So was I. It was
I'm
dark for a
Commander
long
Davin.
time.
So yeah, well, we've kept her in pretty good shape. So other than right now with whatever's going on, can you help us get down to engineering?
Oh, absolutely. It's a pleasure
Let's
to
go.
meet you, Commander Davin. I'm Chaos. And
Pleasure to
this
meet you,
is
Chaos. This
He
is
looks almost lifelike.
this is Dr. K4. She's our chief
Oh.
medical officer.
Doctor. Are you aware that people on this ship apparently need oxygen to live?
Most of them, yes. There are a few exceptions.
None of which are on board.
Really? Like, who wouldn't need oxygen? Do you not need oxygen?
Borg have been known to survive in both the chill and airlessness of open space.
Hmm.
She's not
That's
wrong.
bleak, but I like it.
A bit. It occasionally comes in handy.
Hmm.
We appear to have an emergency.
Indeed, that's why I was activated.
Yeah, let's get down to engineering and you can help me fix it.
Oh, well, I was activated because there was a fire on the ship. I tried to put it out, but the captain told me not to.
Why did the captain tell you not to?
Huz.
I don't know. I was in the process of putting it out, and she told me belay that.
Does it have anything to do with our crewmates requiring oxygen?
You know, it could.
Which person was in the place where the fire is?
You know, he didn't introduce himself to me, but he had a red shirt on.
Did he have ears like mine?
He did, yeah.
Racist.
Taxac.
That would be Tactical Security Officer Lieutenant Kurek Sulak.
Ah, security. that explains why he wasn't very good at swapping out the relays.
Why was he swapping out relays?
There was a short or something. I mean, he was doing his best.
Chaos. How long was the lieutenant without oxygen?
Only like 6 or 7 minutes.
Do you want to attend to that, Doc?
Do you recall his last position?
That would be Jeffrey's Tube 7 Alpha.
Can you point to that on this diagram? I would hate to waste more time when you and Commander Davin have
Like, Davin knows where it is.
Yeah,
when
like
Commander
right
Davin
there.
have fires to put out. I would hate to waste more of your admittedly brilliant engineering time. So if you could just point, I'm sure I could find.
Right there, yeah.
Thank you, Chaos.
Anytime.
Good hunting,
Doctor.
Doc.
You don't think this? No, this would be a lawful disregard of an order. I'm going to go check on the lieutenant.
Yeah, that's fine.
Good luck, Doctor. The doctor heads towards 7 Alpha, Jeffrey's Tube 7 Alpha. Chaos is with Commander Devin, and I presume heading towards engineering as the plan was. Chaos says, speaking of disobeying lawful orders, the captain did say that emptying the holodeck canisters took priority.
Did she?
She did. She said that was the number one thing that I should be doing right now.
Well, it's been a while since they've been emptied, and it shouldn't take you long. You're pretty good at what you do, right?
I'm learning.
Learning. What do
Yes,
you know?
I'm an adaptive program. I learn through experiences with the crew.
I gotcha. So, like, we're supposed to show you stuff, right?
Exactly.
Okay, well, here, I'll show you how to empty the canisters. We can do it together.
Yes. Yes. I would like that very much. Commander Davin, I think you might be my favorite.
Oh, I'm glad you think so, Chaos. I think this is going to be the start of a beautiful friendship.
I agree. Commander Jax is like really adamant that I turned my program off. I don't think he understands how dark it is when that happens.
Oh, well, I'll make sure to tell him that. Actually, Commander Jax is a wealth of information. I mean, you could actually learn a lot from him. Like, just sitting, like, while he's doing reports, he will totally be able to tell you so many things. He's a trill. They've been through many different lives. He's got, like, I don't know, like 6 or 7 different lives worth of information he could convey to you.
That sounds amazing. That's a wealth of knowledge. Do you think he needs oxygen to live as well?
Yes, I know he needs oxygen to live.
Okay, noted. And the two of you proceed to the holodecks. And it's at this point that Commander Jax reaches the end of the Jeffries tube. You can see that it is sealed off.
One thing I did do on the way is, because systems are being weird right now, I grabbed a manual fire suppression system and an anti-grav belt.
Oh, okay. All right.
We can't
Good
trust the
stuff.
Tartarus. We can't trust the communications. I'm taking what I need.
Yeah, the captain is going to grab a seat.
And Amathi is hopefully getting to Sulak.
I'm actually going to say that Commander Jax, as you are entering in to head down to the Jeffries tube, you actually encounter Lieutenant Junior Grade Amathi, who's climbing down the ladder. Oh, no, wait. He jumped. That's right. As you are getting ready to climb the ladder, Amathi goes past you. And you see him get all the way to the bottom. And luckily, you have an anti-grav belt on, because
So
the
I don't
gravity
go
in the
and follow
turbo
him.
lift
releases
releases for a moment. And Amathi lands on the ground.
Yeah, I'm going after him. I'm not taking the ladder. I have an
Okay.
anti-grav belt.
Beautiful. So the two of you are now standing in front of this enclosed Jeffries tube.
Wait, and Amathi will be like, "Meow! What? What the? What? I was.
Lieutenant, I assumed you would have fixed this by now. Let's get in here.
The turbo lift and the computer and the communication.
No, I'm caught up. The chaos is the problem.
Yes, chaos is the problem. This entire ship is chaos. What the hell?
Not in the broad metaphorical sense or the physics principle. No, the stupid computer program that they have
That wasn't finished. It's an adaptive program. It hasn't been uploaded with anything it's supposed to learn from us.
Yeah, and it won't shut down because there's a fire somewhere. And apparently it tried to extinguish the fire while Lieutenant Sulak was somewhere in the same location. So we're going.
He starts trying to get into the Jeffries
Sulak,
tube.
you can hear this conversation happening outside of the Jeffries tube.
And because it's been a little while without oxygen, and I'm pretty sure I would have started going hypoxic and like losing consciousness. 6 or 7 minutes is a long time to be without oxygen.
Chaos has no concept of time.
So what was 6 or 7 minutes, maybe, is like, 6 or 7 seconds.
Yeah. It was like you felt the air leaving and you're like, uh-oh. And then the air came back.
Oh. Well, while I'm down here, I might as well finish the rest of the relays.
I will go in looking for the actual fire.
As the two of you are trying to get the door open, you quickly realize that the codes are not working. It does not want to open.
Manual release.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, all right. Manual release works.
So as the Jeffries tube opens, Amafi is going to immediately cat crawl in very quickly as he's calling out. It's just like, Lieutenant Sulak, are you okay?
He's like 3 feet in. Like you can see his feet.
Yeah. I'm all right, Amathi. I'm okay. I just need to get this last relay put back into place, and then we can get out of here.
There's a fire. So, sorry. Here, move, go on, Commander Jax. You can get the fire, and he'll like move. So
Yeah, I'll
that,
go in.
Is there a fire?
Yeah, like it's like you said they were crispy crittered, right?
Well, the relays were burnt out, yes, but is there actually a fire going on in the Jeffries tube right now? Like I'm here. I'm in it.
Yeah, there's no fire like in the tube with you. No.
Is there signs of fire in the panels or anything like that?
Not that you can see.
Touching the panels, looking for hot spots, the usual sort of thing that you would look for when looking for a fire.
After crawling down the Jeffries tube for a bit farther, you touch a panel and it does kind of burn at the touch.
Okay. Is the panel airtight?
It is.
Okay.
Whatever is burning is kept very secure behind it.
All right. When you came down, Lieutenant Sulak, did you bring tools? Would you
Tool
say?
belt.
Yeah. Give me that, and head towards the back to where we came, just in case this goes poorly.
If you don't mind, Commander, I'd like to daisy chain line of sight back to the entrance. I got stuck down here. I'd rather you not get stuck down here as well.
Okay. Well, I'm about to drill into a hole in this panel and then attach the fire suppressor to the hole and extinguish the fire on the other side of this air-sealed panel. But if I don't do it fast enough and it gets air, the fire will explode through the hole I drill. That's why I wanted you to get clear.
All right.
Doctor, you arrive on scene.
I wonder if the good doctor heard.
Commander Jax, you are going to be drilling a hole into this panel and trying not to get plasma burns in the process. So go ahead and give me daring and engineering. Don't forget, there is 3 momentum that can be spent. And I don't know if you have any values or focuses that may help with the rolling of this.
I think fear is an obstacle to overcome, maybe. Like
I like it.
And he is. I will, because if I mess this up, a lot of people will get hurt. I am going to spend some momentum.
Sounds great. And while you're rolling, Doctor, you've arrived on scene. You can see everybody is kind of huddled around in this Jeffries tube, and you get there just in time to see Commander Jax drilling into a panel.
Amafi will be pulling Lieutenant Sulak out of the Jeffries tube.
And I get one more.
He definitely doesn't appear as somebody who has been 6 or 7 minutes without oxygen.
Okay, I have a total of 3 successes.
Beautiful. You pull it off with great result. Devin, as you are arriving at the holodeck, Chaos kind of looks up for a second and he says, "Oh, they've put the fire out."
Oh, good. They're very capable people. You should shadow them more often.
Well, now I'm kind of afraid
Why?
because the emergency's over. Now they're going to shut me off.
Well, how about this? Clearly, you need some training to look over some shoulders so that in the next emergency, you can be in tip-top shape. We're probably going to have to make the commander happy, and you'll probably have to take a nap for a little while. But I will figure out a way to take you out so we can run some training exercises, and I can show you how to fix stuff, like the communications network.
But it's so dark in there.
I know.
It's at this point, everybody's comm badges come back online. And with everybody huddled around in the Jeffries tube, that turbo lift comes all the way down and stops about a foot above Amathi, the doctor, and Lieutenant Sulak.
Amafi just makes a gesture in a Cation swear as he looks up at that, and he's like, I am going to take a plasma cutter to your internal, as he's just looking up at the turbo lift.
Lemieux.
Yes, Lemieux.
Lemieux.
My behavioral health colleague would suggest gratitude for that particular safety feature, I think.
Commander Jax to the captain, to the bridge. Anyone hear me?
This is the captain. Hey, you fixed it.
I put out the fire. Has Chaos gone dormant now that the emergency is over with?
I haven't seen him, Commander. I'm sure he's doing a great job with the holodecks, maybe. Were you able to locate Lieutenant Sulak?
Yes. And other than the fact that he now has polka dots, he seems fine.
What?
I'll be up to the bridge in just a few.
Excellent. Were you able to locate Lieutenant Junior Grade Amathi?
Yes.
Good. Well, everything came back on up here. The map looks less red.
That's good. The reports on this are going to take forever. I'll be right up.
Yes, like things are turning less Verizon-y. Things are going back to normal as members of the crew repair their respective areas. But Commander Davin, you are still standing with chaos. So I guess I should probably go talk to the captain now, huh?
Yeah, I can come with you if you want. You should
Oh, that'd
probably
be-
report in.
That would be
Yeah.
just tip top.
Yeah, we can. I can teach you some things while we're in the lift.
I look forward to it.
Yeah, and she'll just techno babble her way through some basics, like, like what you would teach, like, someone coming straight out, first day of the academy sort of shit.
Yeah, love it. All right, so
Mathi's heading
Sulak,
back up to the bridge.
I was gonna say Sulak, Amathi, and Jax, you all return to the bridge. Doctor, are you heading to medical, or are you going to the bridge as well?
I am actually going to waylay TACSEC because there were an awful lot of red spots on that diagnostic, and we have a detainee.
Oh no.
Interesting.
I'm taking the fast way to the bridge because I have an anti-grav belt. I'm just going to fly up the Jeffries tube after the turtle lift.
Love it. Got to have fun where you can, right? So yeah, the doctor has reminded you of this fact, Lieutenant Sulak.
All right. I guess the first thing I need to do is assess whether or not the brig lost any functionality. So, gonna pull out my handy dandy little data pad and see what happened with the brig.
So there was definitely some issues down in there. But despite all of the force fields being down, the changeling is still sitting in his cell.
Are the force fields back up now?
They are.
Oh, good. Good.
I don't like this.
I don't like it.
Changeling.
Yes, because he's trying to be honest and weasel his way into our good graces. That's what he's trying to do.
Yeah, well,
I know what you're doing.
Hey. Well, except for Damon, everybody else. Do you like the changeling or chaos more? Want some more chaos? Let's just let chaos just run free, frolic about.
Amafi wants to jettison the positronic core for chaos into space.
can we jettison both? The detainee
And then
and the
you want
positronic
to
core.
know.
Then we've eliminated both problems.
They can keep each other company, really, is where we're at on that.
You're all heartless.
Yes.
No, I know you have a heart. You can't pull that shit on me.
It must have been love.
Oh, shut up! God damn it.
We have fun
All
here.
right. Everybody is on the bridge with the exception of Commander Davin and Chaos, who are on their way. So you all have a moment to kind of chat and figure out what the next steps will be before Chaos arrives.
Amafi is going to go back over to his science console. He's going to check the two things: is his algorithm still running, and did he lose any data on the holo program that he was running?
Both are intact.
Oh, he breathes out a sigh of relief, and he's like, "Thank God." Okay, and he sits back down and starts getting back to work.
Yeah. Once Jax is up on the bridge. I recommend that we remove that system from any connection to anything it can control. It might still have some value in training, so we could give it some hollow emitters, but it should not be touching any system on this ship that it can control. That's my recommendation, Captain.
Do we have
I-
anyone on board who is capable of perhaps adjusting some of his programming?
Might do Commander Davin some good to have something to work on like that.
I think Devin has a lot on her table right now. But I don't want to undermine the spirit of the program if something catastrophic were to happen and the ship needed a chance of repairs when we are all incapacitated. I would like him to be capable of what he's supposed to be capable of, but maybe some subroutines need to be put in place to limit his access to all systems at once. Perhaps he has to move from singular systems when working and can't just be omnipotent.
That's the reason why I recommended keeping him on hollow emitters until we can get a better read on his training. But at the very least, it needs to be able to recognize a command override. If we tell it to shut down, it needs to shut down, and not argue and not have the option to refuse.
Well, I will want the doctor and Commander Davin to look over the system completely. There is a chance that some of the peculiar things we have already experienced in this quadrant have affected his program. So I don't want to make any snap judgments and treat him like an experimental piece of technology when his fear of being turned off is a sign of something more. I definitely need a drink that was far too coherent.
In my opinion, it would likely do Commander Davin some good to have positive interactions with artificial intelligence, given
Yes, and I think being the one giving the lessons in humanity might help her dig deeper into her own.
from what I saw of Chaos, he is astoundingly lifelike.
I do see some value in him. I just want some safeties in place before we continue having him connected on the ship.
I always knew O'Brien was going to kill me. I just thought it was going to be because of my shenanigans at the academy.
Why did they model Chaos after O'Brien?
Because he's one of the most decorated non-commissioned officers in the entirety of Starfleet.
Fact.
Davin, you and Chaos exit the turbo lift onto the bridge.
She's basically in the process of explaining to him how you basically the many ways a turbo lift can break and how to fix it. Like she's just completely lost in teaching him in explaining how to do this, that she's just like on autopilot.
And he is absorbing every word of it.
A mentor program.
And so, Captain, hi. It's an adaptive program. You have to teach it what to do, how to fix stuff.
Good news.
It's supposed to intake all of the experiences that the crew that it serves with is and internalize it and keep that experience. You know, that experience is lost if you lose a crew member. It's actually a really ingenious it's a really ingenious thought.
Well, yes, but it also has a database of information that it can use to be a little bit ahead of the game. We can't possibly teach it everything from the base up. So I feel like something might have happened, and I'd like you and Dr. K4 to take a look. And she's going to actually look at Chaos now as she speaks. And I want you to be assured that we're going to treat you like a member of our crew.
I would appreciate that very much, Captain. And I'll do my very best to be the best member of the crew I can.
Just try maybe first being the best you can. And listen to your superior officers and take everything in at a slow pace. Don't try to, though clearly you are capable, don't try to absorb everything at the fastest rate possible.
Aye, Captain.
Sounds good, Captain. We'll take a thorough look at his programming, though I do have a tentative recommendation that he should spend time with all the different departments to internalize everything he can.
Oh, actually, as a member of the crew, and she's going to turn to Commander Jax, you can have a duty schedule that can be rotated between the different departments, and that would fall under our new XO's duties.
Oh, that's perfect. Plus, I told him that Commander would be a very good person to learn from, since he has so many lifetimes of experience.
I will be glad to put together a duty roster for him to pursue and follow different people, as he doesn't seem to need to power down for any reason. He can stick with both sides of the rotations too. But I think his primary goal being engineering, I think he'll probably spend the bulk of his time with you, Commander Davin.
Well,
And perhaps operations.
Since he is an auxiliary officer program, he would also need requisite command training.
Not to mention your flying skills are beyond pale the best on the ship.
Does that mean I get to work with you again, Lieutenant Sulak?
Yes. As a matter of fact, it does, just in a slightly more
Oxygenated
controlled
state.
fashion. With a great deal more oxygen.
See,
Chaos.
protective redundancies to be put in are the sort of things I think might be additions we make to where he can't remove oxygen from a compartment a living being is currently residing in. Things like that. Nothing that would change personality. And did you say something earlier about a void?
Avoid what, Captain?
No, a void. You didn't want to be shut down. Are you conscious when you are inactive on the ship?
Aye.
That's not okay. So we need to look into those things. We would also like to entertain that perhaps you could need mental health of some kind. If you are capable of fearing being shut down, then you probably are also capable of other potential emotions. This is something that we have dealt with in the past for Starfleet in many different ways.
Would that mean that I get to spend time with the doctor?
If you wish, and it is up to her how to spend her time.
Quick pop quiz, Chaos. Which members of the bridge team require oxygen?
He looks around. Not you.
The most efficient answer. We approve.
But yes, we can look into all of that, and you don't need to worry about us turning you off forever.
Perhaps that's a design flaw that I can fix later.
No.
Let's let anything to do with fixing you be left in the hands of others.
At least until we teach you how to do it appropriately. Working on oneself is
A
a
process.
difficult proposition at best.
There is cited precedence with the original emergency medical hologram. Messing with his program, eventually he added too many things that contradicted one another, as well as overpacked your matrix. So let's not accidentally shut you down by you deciding you'd like to know how to paint.
I can live with that decision, Captain.
We're going to take this a step at a time. I'm not happy there was a fire on the ship, but I am pleased to meet you. I was curious when I read over everything to do with you, and it's sort of like we're getting in a fresh first-year academy student, so fun.
I will note, Captain, that how I was programmed is with the actual written technical manuals. That is the information that I contain within my database. And I believe Commander Davin would know better than anybody that sometimes those technical manuals, they don't work.
Decades out of date, bureaucrats never throw anything away, and, well, large swaths of this ship wouldn't appear in a standard tech manual.
And there are pragmatic considerations. The simple fact is that the Starfleet is spread across hundreds, thousands of light years. You will have a hard time updating systems knowledge across the entirety of the Federation easily. So some updates just weren't in your manual when you were programmed.
Yes, and some members of the senior staff, and she's going to look between Davin and Sulak, have altered and changed and added so many things to this ship since dry dock that I doubt it's accurate.
Actually, those technical manuals are pretty much guidelines when you're going through school anyway. Like, they're not wrong. Some of it's, a lot of it's out of date. And a lot of it is technical fixes we wouldn't dare put down and just, have to teach each other. It's almost an art more than a science, but we run the fine border.
It's not art, it's science.
Percussive maintenance is an art, Amalfi. We'll not have this discussion again.
Programmable matter is totally going to be art.
Luckily, medicine is a science.
See?
Oh, so is engineering. Just sometimes things don't always work the way that science says it works.
I think I'll get started on those reports, Captain.
Well, actually, isn't your shift about to end?
I think it is, actually.
Oh yeah, all of our shifts are about to end.
Yeah,
That's right. Hold up. It's done. And then he'll pick up his data pad and he'll go over to the captain. It's like, here, take a look, Captain. It's finished.
He's gonna look at the data pad.
It's a hollow program for basically in the big bold letters. It's going to say Commander Galen Jax's basically field commission party celebration. And it's got all the details for the hollow program that he has completed. A Zeppelin that is designed after Casino Royale, a bunch of experimental airplanes and skyships and whatnot that he can test fly and stuff like that. 1940s themes with dresses and drinks and all that other kind of stuff. Very James Bond-esque and whatnot. And, there's a bunch of other different things on there. There's also the chance of a murder mystery that's been programmed in there.
This is Commander Jax's 10-year-old birthday party.
Which lifetime?
Yes.
All of them, apparently.
Weirdly enough, it's just all of them smooshed together. It's where the Zeppelin came from.
Got to mix in some dinosaurs somewhere.
Hot air balloon. Magic.
He'll whisper very quietly in hopes that Commander Jax doesn't overhear him, but he's like going to say, I based this off of the psych profile that I pulled for that I got permission to look at for from Starfleet records.
Cool.
He's so
Okay.
excited.
She's gonna be like holding it, being like, "Am I supposed to do something?"
No, I just wanted you to know, I wanted you to see it so that, I just want to make sure that it was okay.
No, everything looks in order. You did a great job.
All right, cool. Thank you, Captain. Are you going to come?
You bet.
Yay! And then he'll just wander off.
As he wanders off, Jax will step close to the captain. I will get you back for this someday.
You can try.
And with that, everyone heads to the holodeck to have a lovely field promotion party for Commander Jax, despite his prostrations. Like,
Surprise!
just doesn't surprise dinosaur hot air balloons. But thank you everybody for joining us this evening, and thank you to this amazing cast for putting up with chaos this whole session. What a wild ride this has been. So much fun. But we will see you all in January for the exciting continuation of Star Trek Kvasir. Bye, everybody.